What is a soul? Neshama. The soul, or Neshama, in Jewish thought is the self, the I, that inhabits the body and acts through it. There are many words for the soul in Hebrew, but the most commonly used are nephesh and neshama, both of which mean breath. In Genesis, the soul is described as God's own breath animating us, and God breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. Everything has a soul. In truth, not just the human being, but also every created entity possesses a soul. Animals have souls, as do plants and even inanimate objects. Every blade of grass has a soul, and every grain of sand. Not only life, but also existence requires a soul to sustain it, a spark of godliness that perpetually imbues its object with being and significance. A soul is not just the engine of life, it also embodies the why of a thing's existence, its meaning and purpose. It is a thing's inner identity, its raison d'etre. Just like the soul of a musical composition is the composer's vision that energizes and gives life to the notes played in a musical composition. The actual notes are like the body expressing the vision and feeling of the soul within them. Each soul is the expression of God's intent and vision in creating that particular being. 5 levels. But it is the human soul that is both the most complex and the most lofty of souls. Our sages have said she is called by 5 names: Nephesh, breath; Ruach, wind and spirit; Neshama, breath; Chaya, life; and Yechida, singularity. The Hasidic masters explain that the soul's 5 names actually describe 5 levels of dimensions of the soul. Nephesh is the soul as the engine of physical life. Ruach is the emotional self and personality. Neshama is the intellectual self. Chaya is the suprarational self, the seat of will, desire, commitment, and faith. Yechida connotes the essence of the soul, its unity with its source, the singular essence of God. For the essence of the soul of man is literally a part of God above, a piece of God in us, so to speak. 2 souls. The Hasidic masters speak of 2 distinct souls that visualize the human being, an animal soul and a godly soul. The animal soul is driven by the quest for self-preservation and self-enhancement. In this, it resembles the soul and self of all other creations. But we also possess a godly soul, a soul driven by the desire to reconnect with its source. Our lives are the story of the contest and interplay between these 2 souls. As we struggle to balance and reconcile our physical needs and desires with our spiritual aspirations, our self-focused drives, altruistic yearnings, these 2 souls, however, do not reside side by side within the body. Rather, the godly soul is enclosed within the animal soul, just as the animal soul is enclosed within the body. This means that the animal soul, too, is vitalized by a part of God above, at its core. Ostensibly, the 2 souls are in conflict with each other, but in essence they are compatible. Choice. The divine essence of the human soul is what sets the human being above and apart from all other creations, even the angels. The angel may be more spiritual, but the human being is more godly. No creation can possess true freedom of choice. A creation, by definition, has and consists of only what its creator has imparted to it. This is its nature, and its every inclination and action will be dedicated by that nature. It is only in the human soul that the Creator imparted of his own essence. The human soul is thus the only true supernatural being, aside from the Creator, a being that is not limited by its own nature, a being that transcends itself, a being that can choose to not merely react to its environment, but to act upon it, a being whose choices and actions are therefore of true significance. Why a physical life? A soul is formed in the womb of supernal spiritual realms, where it acquires its distinct identity and mission. To fulfill this mission, it is dispatched to the physical realm, enclosed within an animal soul and equipped with a body. Here the godly soul is challenged by the apparently conflicting needs and desires of the animal soul. Here divine reality is obscured by the dense selfhood of the body and physical world. In this arena of hidden truth and perpetual challenge, the soul can fully express and actualize its divine power. Guidance and nurture. The soul is provided with a compass and guidebook to navigate the challenge of physical life and the resources to fortify it. The Torah is the divine blueprint for creation that guides and instructs the soul on its mission in life. The Torah is also food for the soul. By studying Torah, the soul ingests and digests the divine wisdom and is supplied with the divine energy to preserve in its mission and overcome its challenges. Mitzvah. A mitzvah is a godly deed. Every time the soul performs a mitzvah, giving a coin to charity, putting on tefillin, lighting Shabbat candles, it acts as a partner with God in creation and brings God's presence into the world. The mitzvot are all physical deeds, so the soul can perform them only while a resident of the physical world, invested with an animal soul and a body. Thus, the duration of its physical life is the soul's only opportunity to perform mitzvah. Everything that comes before and after is just a prequel and sequel to the soul's greatest and loftiest moments. It's acts of connecting the godly with the mundane. Life after life. Upon conclusion of its physical lifespan, the soul resumes a purely spiritual state. It can no longer perform mitzvot, but the godly deeds it performed during this physical lifetime have elevated it to its heights it could not even have contemplated before its descent. These mitzvot are like seeds which take root in the soul of the physical world and grow and multiply, further fueling the soul's ascent, as do the good deeds performed in the physical world by others for the merit of the departed soul. The world to come. Ultimately, the soul will reunite with the body. In the Messianic era, the resurrection of the dead will usher in a world to come of eternal physical life, in which death will be eradicated forever. In the world to come, the entirety of creation will fully and uninhibitedly reflect the infinity and perfection of its Creator, and the physical will transcend the finitude and mortality which define it in today's imperfect world.